Welcome to the show. Today we're diving into the art of negotiation in everyday conversations. Not just those big business deals, but the small ones we make on the daily. It's all about communicating with clarity and having an impact, right?
Absolutely. I mean, who knew that negotiating our weekend plans or even a simple favor could be as strategic as any boardroom deal?
Exactly, and it's funny because many people think negotiation is only for high-stakes moments, but it's like all the time. Whether you're sorting out schedules, dividing chores, or even deciding on a restaurant.
Right.
Every little interaction is a negotiation point.
Right. And if you don't negotiate well, you risk either giving in too easily or coming off as, pushy. It's a delicate balance, isn't it?
For sure. And that's why understanding the fundamentals is key. Negotiation isn't about winning over the other person. It's about finding that win-win solution where both sides feel, heard and respected.
Exactly. And that's the crux of it. Clarity, respect, and balance. If you neglect those, conflicts start bubbling up and, well, frustration builds. You end up with lost opportunities on both sides.
Yes, yeah. Even asking for something as simple as a small favor, like moving a meeting or swapping task responsibilities, is a negotiation in itself. And if you don't plan or prepare, it can totally derail the
Exactly.
conversation.
And speaking of derailment, let's chat about some common mistakes people make. It's easy to fall into the trap of focusing solely on what you want, rather than considering the other person's perspective.
Right. One of the major pitfalls is being too aggressive or too passive. There's a thin line between ensuring your needs are met and bulldozing over someone else's.
Yeah, that's on
Finding
point.
that balance is tricky.
Another big mistake is not preparing or thinking ahead. Jumping into a negotiation feeling unarmed is like, stepping into a boxing ring without your gloves. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And reacting emotionally instead of strategically only makes things worse. I mean, we all have our moments, but using logic rather than emotion just creates more productive outcomes.
True. So, let's break down the core principles that can help avoid these mistakes. First up, know your goals. Always be clear on what you want, what you'll compromise on, and what's absolutely non-negotiable.
Yeah, exactly. Clarity is like the foundation of a building, right? Without it, you risk being perceived as rigid or too indecisive. It's crucial even in casual conversations.
And the next principle is understanding the other person's perspective. Asking questions, observing cues, really listening. It's like unlocking a hidden door to what they truly need.
Yeah, when you dive into their perspective, you're able to shape your negotiation in a way that benefits both parties. It's essentially aiming for win-win,
Right,
not
that's
victory.
the heart of it. Right. Negotiation isn't a battlefield. It's more like a dance where both partners move in sync. And when you aim for mutual satisfaction, you build lasting relationships instead of just ticking off your checklist.
Now, let's get into some practical tips. Tip number 1, start with small wins. Building trust gradually by agreeing on minor details, like, say, locking in a coffee meeting before a bigger discussion, can really set a positive tone.
Yes. Yeah. And tip 2 is all about asking, not demanding. Framing your requests as gentle questions makes a huge difference. For example, instead of saying, change the meeting time now, try asking, would it be possible to shift our meeting to 3 p.m.? That tone is so much softer and more collaborative.
Absolutely. And tip 3, which really helps if you get a bit emotional sometimes, is to listen actively. Really, really focus on what the other person is saying, then paraphrase to confirm. It could be, so what I hear is you need more time. Am I getting that right?
Yeah. And then we come to tip 4. Offer solutions, not complaints. Rather than simply pointing out issues, suggest alternatives. It's like when you say, if we split tasks differently, we could both benefit. You're paving a smoother path to agreement.
Indeed. But here's a thought. While offering solutions is great, what if the other person isn't open to it? Don't you think sometimes it's too idealistic to expect a win-win
I
every
see your
single
point.
time? It might be a bit of an oversimplification in some real-life scenarios, but it's a solid goal nonetheless.
True, there are moments when a perfect win-win just isn't possible, which brings us to tip 5. Know when to walk away. Not every negotiation will reach that ideal outcome, so if there's no mutual benefit, it's okay to, politely step back or defer the conversation to another time.
That's a critical point. Recognizing when further discussion isn't fruitful saves both parties unnecessary tension. It's like, knowing when to call a timeout in a game.
Absolutely. Let's run through a couple of real-life examples. At work, you might have been tempted to say, "I need this report by tomorrow," but instead, thinking calmly and asking, "Would it be possible to have the report by tomorrow? Or maybe do you need more time?" really opens up the dialogue.
Definitely. And with friends, you might usually hear something like, "You always pick the restaurant." But by saying, "I'd like to try a new place this time. How about we decide together?" You not only show respect for their choices, but also invite shared decision making.
I like that. And even within families, a simple exchange like, "You can't borrow my car," can transform into, "I can lend you the car if it's back by 6. Would that work?" It's these small adjustments that really shift conversations toward collaboration.
Exactly. It's fascinating how these tiny tweaks make such a huge difference in outcomes and relationship dynamics. Negotiation, at its core, isn't about confrontation. It's about connection.
Right, connection really is everything. In closing, if you start practicing these techniques, being clear, listening actively, and approaching every conversation with a collaborative mindset, you'll build not only better negotiation skills, but also stronger relationships that last.
Yes, negotiation isn't about arguing or forcing your will upon someone. It's about communicating effectively and turning everyday interactions into genuine opportunities for growth on both sides.
Absolutely. So next time you discuss weekend plans, ask for that small favor, or even divide chores at home. Remember, negotiation is your everyday ally. It builds confidence, influence, and trust.
Well said. So, go on. Start practicing these skills today. Embrace negotiation as the art of connecting and collaborating, and you'll see positive changes in your
Right.
relationships and outcomes.
Thanks for joining this conversation. Keep those negotiation skills sharp and use every conversation as an opportunity to shine.